In the 1950s and early 1960s, theorists shifted their focus from traits to behaviors, and also moved from notions of leaders to leadership. The behavioral theory of leadership is a study focuses on the actions and behaviors of leaders. It assumes that leaders can be intentionally made rather than innately born. Determining goals, motivating employees for achieving the goals, effective communication, ability to interact effectively, building team spirit are the functional behaviors of a successful leader. Behavioral theory of leadership is a theory that considers the observable actions and reactions of leaders and followers in a given situation. Two crucial studies on behavioral leadership took place during the mid 20th century. The first one is a study from Ohio State University. There were two distinct groupings of behaviors in this study. One is initiating structure, which was essentially test behaviors. The other one is consideration behaviors, which was relationship behaviors. The second study is from Michigan University. This series of studies determined the principles and methods of leadership that lead to productivity and job satisfaction. Two types of leadership behaviors were identified: employee orientation, which focuses on personal relations aspect; production orientation, which focuses on the technical aspects of the job.
Based on the focus of leadership activities, leadership behavior can be separated into two parts. Task orientation. It reflects the leader's work behavior or task orientation, including build an organization, details the responsibility. Personnel orientation. It reflects the relationship behavior or personnel orientation of the leader, which is respecting the opinions of subordinates and attaching importance to their feelings and needs. One of the important functions of leadership behavior is command, which can be divided into three parts. This behavior of leadership based on the way of leading and commanding behaviors. Mandatory leadership behavior is characterized by coercion. Persuasive is based on the influence of the leader, among which the leader's authority, personality, and ability are the key to success. Demonstrated leadership behavior is based on the activity by subordinates, obedience, and imitation of leaders. Based on the criteria in the scope of the leader's use of power and the freedom of the lead, centralized leadership behavior is also known as autocratic leadership behavior, in which the leader makes decisions alone. Participatory leadership refers to the decision-making process in which leaders involve their subordinates in various forms.
Two main theories to demonstrate the behavior leadership: managerial grid theory and PM leadership theory. It could assess managers to analyze their own leadership style through a technique. As shown in the figure, managerial grid vertical axis is corner for people, and cursor for production is on horizontal axis. There are five leadership in managerial grid: country club style leadership, task leadership, impoverished leadership, team leadership, and middle of the road leadership. Country club style leadership ignoring the efficiency of work. However, task leadership doesn't care about the needs and satisfaction of staff. Impoverished leadership even doesn't care about both of these. The middle of the road leadership is average in all aspects, but the leader doesn't has aggressiveness. Thus, team leadership is an ideal leadership style which have both work effects and unity. PM leadership theory regards some people as a whole group to study the leader and group behavior. PM leadership theory demonstrates two categories. One is performance, means the efforts of leaders to achieve group goals. Another one is maintenance, as leaders' efforts to maintain and strengthen group relationship. The dividing line of PF model represents the average of all members in test population. Thus, it's variable, relative, and flexible. Usually, these four regions are unequal and depend on the special situation.
Leadership behavior plays an important role in the enterprise, which also includes strengths and weaknesses. which advantages include cohesion and planted in the work for all aspects of development. Strong cohesiveness is one of the key advantages of leadership behavior that can concentrate the team in one direction. All people can unconditionally obey the leader and complete assigned tasks. Secondly, all aspects of program development are also important advantages. Many plans and developments are taken into account by leaders, and each department and staff are informed of effective development tasks and better promote the company's development. The weaknesses include team members lack motivation and the subordinates are forced to follow directions. Firstly, main reason for the lack of motivation of the team is that the leaders need to allocate a large number of tasks to the employees. The leaders cannot explain and analyze the task facts one by one. And the second disadvantage is this employees can only complete the rules according to the leadership, cannot be independent and innovative, so the team is very regarded.
Leaders and their subordinates can influence each other, but the influence of the two aspects is differently. The influence of the leader on his subordinates is far greater than the influence of his subordinates on the leaders. Because of this, the leadership behavior can be realized, and in the activities of the organization, it is led relative to the main position of the leader. Three factors. Firstly is the leader. The leader is the subject of the leadership behavior. The background, knowledge, experience, ability, personality, values, and options of the subordinates of the leader itself will affect the determinant of the organization goals, the choice of the leader behavior, and the efficiency of the leadership behavior. Therefore, leaders are an important factors in determinant of the effectiveness of leadership behavior. Secondly is the follower. The leader is accepted by the follower the background, experience, and the skill of the leaders. Their requirements, responsibility, and personality will have a major impact on leadership behavior. The state of the leader affects both the choice of leadership behavior and the modes, as well as the efficiency of the leadership behavior. Thirdly is the leadership environment. Leadership behavior is carried out in central international internal environment and external environment. Leadership behavior that are compatible with the environment may be in fact, and the leadership behavior that are not compatible with the environment are often ineffective. In conclusion, behavioral leadership is important to achieve a goal which will allow the whole organization to work better.